Hey guys, I want to apologize for my relative absence. I am coming off of a very, very nasty cold, and it kind of put me out of commission. Generally, I like to put out at least one video a week, so I'm a little bit behind schedule, but it's slow season, as they say, so maybe it's not the end of the world. But I did want to talk about one aspect of this OGL drama, which you surely heard about by now. Long story short, Wizards of the Coast, which is the company that publishes Dungeons & Dragons, attempted to change the open gaming license, which allows publishers to use rule systems without any penalty, without any copyright, etc., etc. And they tried to change that, and the whole thing turned into a massive uproar and furore, and there are probably a billion other channels that have covered this in greater depth and are much more interested in the drama itself. And it seems, at least for the time being, that this matter has been resolved. Like I said, if you're really interested in the topic, this is the wrong channel. I'm mostly a gaming channel, although I do have a long and storied history with pen and paper going way back to the mid-'80s. That said, I want to talk about something that not many people have addressed concerning this matter, and that is apart from the fact that Wizards of the Coast has completely ruined their reputation. You know the saying, it goes something like, it takes 20 years to build a reputation, only 5 minutes to burn it down. That's what happened. My concern, though, going forward, is that whatever you think about Wizards of the Coast, Dungeons & Dragons does have a legacy. The lore, the history, all of these things actually mean something. And there are novels that have been published with very memorable characters. So much of this channel is based upon decades of reading these things and absorbing the lore. And if the Dungeons & Dragons brand name ever were to become so tarnished that it just weren't worth the effort anymore to write novels about the subject matter, put out lore, talk about the history, things of that nature, then you would really be losing something quite unique overall. And that's something I think that in the midst of all this drama, a lot of people have forgotten. But I think it's important. It's important to talk about. It's important to remind people of that. Very understandably, a lot of people have gone to Pathfinder, and I like Pathfinder a lot. Wrath of the Righteous is one of my favorite games of all time. But I would be very, very saddened indeed if Dungeons & Dragons, specifically the lore of the Forgotten Realms, because there are a lot of other worlds that have effectively died out in Dungeons & Dragons. They don't exist anymore. Or to the extent that they do exist, nobody publishes anything about it anymore. I would be very sad, for example, if Elminster, the Archmage, or Drizzt, the most famous Dark Elf in the realms, disappeared and were no longer talked about. They had no stories to be told about them, etc., etc. And so whilst I'm glad that some kind of resolution has been reached on this matter, I am a little bit afraid for the future of D&D, not because I love Wizards of the Coast, but because I love the lore, the history, the characters, and everything that's gone into it for the past 50 years. And you could say that's not exclusive to D&D, and a lot of it isn't, but the individual characters, the cultures, and what have you are unique, say, to the Forgotten Realms. And it would be a great tragedy if that were simply lost to time. Anyway, I just wanted to say a little bit about this and my own concern, even though this has technically been resolved, going forward, of course. And hopefully, assuming I recover from this cold fully, I will be going back to a normal release schedule for videos. And if you like my videos and want to help out the channel, leave a like, comment, subscribe, share, all that YouTube jazz. Really appreciate it. Until the next time, take care.